Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming, and today we are going to be talking about the Summoner's War Lost Centuria. A lot of people know about Centuria, Summoner's War, guys, but this is a brand new game that was released on April 29, 2021, guys. This game is basically a PvP game that's focused on the real-time strategy. You also have some PvE game mode that are actually there to actually teach you more about the game, but it is literally just focused about PvP in this game, live PvP, guys, which is actually a very interesting topic because a lot of time, guys, I don't like live PvP. So I usually start these kind of games, trying these kind of games where I'm really biased that I'm not going to be liking the game, guys, to be honest. And so far with my experience with Summoner's War Lost Centuria, I am freaking loving it. I think this game is pretty awesome, guys. You have to mix pretty much counter attack with instigating attacks and all of that, and you can actually build a pretty solid set without having to actually spend a lot of money, guys. I'm usually around top 5,000 player in the game, which there's actually over 1 million players right now. And I spent $3.98. That is all I spent in the game. I face people who spend a shit ton of money, and I still can beat them because I can maximize the strategy I'm doing, which is actually quite interesting. A lot of my strongest characters, I don't even put them in my team. So I do believe that this game has a huge free-to-play potential because you don't need those crazy units to actually perform the game as long as you have a brain in your head. So I think that this game has a very good free-to-play potential. I'm in the top 1%, guys, and like I said, $3.98 spent. So I have to admit that they did a really good balance. Obviously, if I had a few $100s and I spent a few $100, I could probably reach much higher, much faster. But it is a long grind, guys. It is build your characters, ruin your characters, and build them properly, and build a deck of cards, because your characters are kind of cards that you're going to be able to perform. So I do really enjoy that game, guys. So what we're going to be doing in this video, guys, obviously we're going to be showcasing some gameplay of me either getting my ass kicked or kicking somebody's ass, but also I want to showcase that this game launched with a shit ton of event. Like you can see here, you're going to be starting with a 5-day Summoner Academy where you have 3 missions every day, and at the end you end up with a legendary card. Then you have a season attendance, so every season that you log in every day, you're gonna get a reward. As you can see, day 15 you get legendary cards, day 25 you get a stone card, which actually power up one of the ability of your characters. And yes, guys, legendary cards is the best cards you can actually get in this game. New user attendance, new users get bonus stuff for the first 10 days, which include another legendary card as a start. You have PvE chapters, guys, that every time you clear chapters you get 200 of the paid currency, which is awesome. You have you know, ranking event, well, your ranking event during the season, that the highest you rank, the better the rewards going to be getting. Upgrading your monster will give you a bunch of stuff, and yes, there's more. Pulling a glory box, which is a currency you get mostly from doing your battle every day. Even if you lose, by the way, guys, you get that up to 150 times. And there's only this event only lasts 2 weeks, though. You have a wanted event too that only lasts 2 weeks, and at the end you can get a skill stone summon ticket. So you can see here, guys, a shit ton of event. I've rarely seen any games, guys, launching like that, launching literally with no you know, SE release or soft release, and just going crazy with those events. Actually pretty outstanding, guys. And also, if you are playing Summoners or War, there is actually a event in Summoners War that ranking in a live PvP in Summoners War Lost Centuria will actually give you rewards in Summoners War, which is actually amazing cross event for the launch of this game. So basically, how you're gonna play this game, guys, you're gonna have a few things to do. First, you have dual mode with this PvP. You have ranked dual mode and normal dual mode. Like if you want to test out your team, you don't want to lose your ranking, you're going to go normal. If you want to go in the rank, you're going to go in the rank and actually have a chance to either lose your ranking or get your ranking up. You're going to have a challenge mode. Challenge mode is very interesting because every characters that, even if your characters are not level 10, every team is even out on level 10 for each characters, each cards. And it's just gonna go toe to toe with people. So the battle ranking of those characters, or you know, the way their characters are built, don't matter that much, guys. Yes, your runes are gonna affect it a little bit, but it's actually quite interesting. When I first started the game, I started with 2 losses, and you can only have 3 losses, and then you cannot participate again. And but you have to win 10 times over the 4 days it's open. And I started with 2 losses. I was like, man, I suck at this game. I got a little bit better. Then I went back into this game mode, and I kicked my 10 wins back to back, 10 wins in a row in the previous season, which was actually pretty awesome. It's a very interesting game mode. And also, you know, there's a barrier, for example here, uncoverable and unable to receive any HP recovery effect during battle, which is gonna be very, very interesting. So bringing a healer will be useless. Bring cards that pretty much you know, prevent the other team for healing or increase your give you healing is actually going to be quite useless. So that's going to be very interesting. And each battle season, actually each challenge season every 4 days again, guys, actually have a different barrier, which is actually pretty damn interesting. It is very awesome. Then you have single mode. You have chapter that will give you great rewards as you progress through them, and also will teach you about some special effect and how to actually counter those special effects, which is actually quite interesting. And then you are going to have a wanted mode where you get to face those bastards you already killed pretty much in the siege battle, and then you get to progress through those, which is actually quite interesting too. So this is the PvE mode, by the way, guys, single mode, which is actually harder than PvP in my personal opinion. And then you have the PvE mode. You also have alliance, where you can actually assist and send support to people, get alliance points with a alliance shop here, where you can actually get a lot of cool shit, which is awesome. And then in territory, you have a regular magic shop where you can buy you know, card shards, and then you have a mission office where you can send your characters in getting some rune stuff. And then you have the craft building where you can actually craft runes. So this is a global idea of what the game is, guys. You know, all the game modes you have. You have a shop there where you can actually take your credit card and do cha-ching, spend all of it and get yelled at by your wife. And then you have your roster here. You can see all the characters I have collected so far. Those are the legendary I haven't acquired so far. If you go in spell, you have a list of spell. There is more spell than that. You can see I'm missing a few spell here. And then you have emoji where you can actually troll people with those emoji while you're fighting, or just be grateful that you had a great match or something like that, which is pretty awesome. And this is globally what the game is. Next, guys, we're gonna be jumping into the gameplay. You also have a bunch of quests, guys, daily quests here, as you can see. A bunch of challenges, which is kind of achievement, where you complete those achievements and you get a shit ton of paid currency, which is awesome. And also there is a game mode called TV, where you can cheer for people and get rewards. Like here, we're gonna cheer for one of those. Which one I think is gonna win? It's actually interesting. I like this one because I have 2 of my favorite characters in it. So we're gonna pick the left one here because of the wolf lady, Soa, and this really cute Orion characters. Those are 2 of my favorite characters that I like to play in my formation. If we take a look at my formation before we jump in gameplay, guys, You can see here we have Orion, we have a Soa. Those are my two no, I did not mean to switch that to my most important character. And then we have this guy, which his name is actually Lucian. It's actually the Joker, obviously, which is actually, those are pretty much my 3 MVP. And then we have a bunch of characters to take the damage on the front line here, which increase my survivability. And then we have a few cards here, cards that apply, for example, if we go in cards here, spells, the first spell here that is very important is this one. This one actually does a shit ton of damage. You can see for 1496 damage and stun the target for 10 seconds, which is awesome. This one's actually healing ability a little bit, but it's mostly that apply healing ban on the other teams, you know, unrecoverable on all enemies, which is very, very useful. And also if there are less allies than enemies, you get continuously sorry, English is bad, guys, recovery, which is actually pretty awesome. And then this card, you will get immunity and invincibility for 4 seconds invincibility and 7.5 second immunity, which is actually pretty outstanding. So this is pretty much my deck, guys, and we're gonna go showcase it in action next. I'm starting to be ranking very hard, very high, guys, so there is a 99% chance I'm gonna get my ass kicked in this video, but hey, if that happened, that will actually give you guys a chance to laugh at me, obviously. So this next team is actually quite interesting. Only 2 legendary, so you can see you can actually rank up with only 2 legendary. See, I only have 3 and I don't want more because the legendary cards are really expensive to use, which is technically not optimal. So do you have cards you want to use to counterattack like I did here? You have cards that you want to use to instigate a fight like I did here, and you have, you know, a few different cards here. We're gonna try to get some healing on my team. Here we go. Next card I'm gonna use is actually gonna be my Soa. I'm just gonna wait here. I'm not gonna be countering attack because that will be a waste with her, because you want them to use a buff before you can't do it. Like here, that's perfect. Critical rate up. Damn, coming all to my team. You can see here both team actually get the buff. So now we're actually going to be doing some counter attack to actually try to maximize the damage we're going to be putting out as much as possible. So you can see there is counter attack cards, there is just use cards. It's really depend on what you are trying to do here. Here we're gonna ban healing recovery. No, that is immunity, my bad, guys. While we have that, we don't have to worry too much about anything. Here I'm just gonna let them go. I'm not worried about what's happening here. This is going to be a very long fight because it seems like both of our team are built for survivability, which is actually quite interesting. Well, frontline damage, that's coming my way now. That might hurt a little bit, but not that much. And now we're gonna just wait for that because we have no cards to be used. Now we're not gonna use anything. Oh, there we go. We can actually counter attack with, let's call him Joker, which does a shit ton of damage with I Love. I got my second tank that just got killed. We're gonna go with this card next. That was actually a counter attack. Doesn't matter that much, to be honest. We're gonna full up with that card. This is gonna be counter. I'm fine with that. I want to ban them from actually healing. Then me, I'm gonna heal myself here. Does not matter what they do here. Boom, get all the some of the buff to my team, which is actually quite interesting. Here we're gonna counter, shuffle a little bit, try to kill something. We did not kill anything, but we are still doing pretty good. Here I shall not counter attack. Actually, I counter attack just in time right after the buff were applied, so that actually went great. Now this is going to be a very rough fight because it looks like we're about it's pretty even, actually. It is pretty even. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I have my Phoenix on the front line though, which is actually quite interesting. Now, this is pretty much where the point that my little Orion actually get the advantage usually. Usually, not always, but usually. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm probably gonna be a little bit more quiet here. You see we got a stun out. We're gonna try to do some healing here. Pew! It's not optimal. We're gonna be taking a little bit of damage here. They still have a AoE character in the back, which is definitely not gonna help me, especially that we are not getting the stun out there, which is not optimal at all right now. It is not optimal. Okay, now we're gonna be able to do that. We're gonna soul link her. She's gonna be stunned, but they are going to be removing the stun, which is definitely not optimal. If we could actually apply some stun here, that would be great. I can definitely live with that here, because right now all that matters for me is, well, that was this guy to survive. So now I'm actually quite screwed. A good chance I'm actually gonna be dying here. Good freaking chance I'm gonna be dying here, because this one has more damage than I can pull out right now. So this is definitely not optimal. That's gonna depend on what kind of healing we can actually do here, and that was not enough healing, so we got beat up here. Just a very close fight. Two characters, two accounts that are very similar kind of gameplay. I got outplayed by not being able to apply the stun when I needed the stun, pretty much. And that player, because when you use Orion, they have a fraction of a second to actually use a card before their deck just disappear and the reshuffle. And that person was really fast to actually press their card. So we have to give props to that player for actually playing really freaking good. And you can see here we still got a star, we still got 20 glory medals. So even if you lose, guys, you still get stuff. Now if you really want to lose, you think you're going to be losing, it's better to just jump in normal mode, because you are not going to be losing your ranking. Pretty much you want to get up to the maximum ranking that you think your account is possible to reach, and then just focus on normal battle after that. But this is the game, guys. This is a outstanding game. I am really loving this game. I'm really pushing myself to perform better in this game, guys. The big question is this game worth playing? And I gotta say, guys, is it worth playing? Yes. I mean, not a live strategy, real-time strategy PvP kind of guy, and I am freaking loving this game, guys. There is so much. You have to use so much of your brain in your strategy to build your deck, and you know, in fight, you know which card to use when. It's very important. So I gotta admit, guys, I really love this game, and I do believe that you guys should give it a shot. So guys, this is pretty much all we had for today's video. If you want to see more of Summoner's War Lost Centuria, guys, let me know in the comment section. And if we get enough, you know, enough people wanting to see it, we will definitely bring more content for this game. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my community, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.